Welcome back to the Dom Your Demons podcast, where we take a look at transformation through an esoteric lens, utilizing the framework I created called Doming Your Demons, all while deeply valuing our own lived experience because, hey man, that's the only way you're ever going to actually figure it out. My name is Midas MSL. I'm the host of this goddamn thing, and today I want to talk about self-love in the most non-contrived, non-cliche sort of way, because it was dawning on me that in order to solve a problem, maybe instead of like ramming my head into a wall over and over and over again, expecting for a different result, perhaps I would step backwards, back a little bit more, back a little bit more, yes, and onto a catapult that launches me over the wall, which is a much smarter idea than the other way I was trying. What I'm specifically referring to is this pattern where I was like having dates. You know, I've been single for like 3 years and I've been going on dates, and it's cute and it's cool, I guess. And the girls were cute and interesting, but it was always like super underwhelming or like disappointing. And I was wondering, or they were like expecting me to be more of a fuckboy than I was. You know, I think that like in sometimes I was getting labeled into like vacation fuckboy boyfriend category. And I was like, hey, wait a second, I'm actually like a big lover. I come from a lineage of many lovers. Like I actually want to cultivate a sweet relationship with somebody and keep it sexy, but have both, you know? So a revelation dawned on me today, and it was important enough that I needed to share it with you guys because I really think that it's going to help all of us manifest and help all of us integrate the shadow in ways that will make us more powerful beings and eventually attract an incredible partner into our lives. So if you're single right now, first of all, happy Pride. Even if you're a straight, even if you're a straighty McStraight, and happy single. Like, I want you to leverage this time in your life to the best of your ability. And instead of me chirping some cliche shit at you, I'm going to try and put it into your brain in a way where it like actually sinks in. Because to me, like when I had this revelation, it was like a lightning bolt had struck my brain. And now I can never look at being single the same again. Now I'm like so fucking excited to be single that I think I've like cracked the code. And you're gonna hate me when I tell you what the revelation is, because you're gonna be like, oh, that's so cliche, fuck you. But no, man, when you really get it, you know, like the files are in the computer, then all of a sudden, the idea of being in your own energy and space is going to be so exhilarating, and you're never going to want to let go of it until a bad bitch or a bad boy bitch comes into the picture and is like, I can match you right there. The big revelation that I had was, I was like, wait, I am not enjoying romanticizing myself. I am not enjoying the romantic experience of being with me enough at all. And that's actually showing a weak spot in my own life. Like a big part of the Dom Your Demons framework is just being able to smile inwardly to yourself, to be able to actually demonstrate kindness inwardly towards yourself. If you can't do that, there's something going on. And I think what I realized was like, I kept coming up against these like slightly disappointing romantic encounters where I was like, they're enough to kind of like zhuzh my ego a little bit, or they're enough to like fulfill a kissing need temporarily, but then I'm deeply unfulfilled. And I was like, well, are you deeply fulfilled in your own life? Be honest. And I was like, I could be milking this experience of being with myself so much more than I previously had been. So the conclusion that I came to was, for the foreseeable future, until somebody comes up who's like impossible to avoid, what I really would love to do is like deeply impress myself. Give myself the body of my dreams for me. Give myself the salary of my dreams for me. Give myself experiences on the weekend that I relish in and adore and appreciate for me. And I don't know why it took me so long for that to like click in my brain, but I was like, have I just been waiting for a girlfriend to come along for me to actually enjoy life? That is so honestly whack. And don't get me wrong, it's not like I haven't enjoyed my life. I've had some beautiful moments over the last few months that I'm like so grateful for. But it was like there was like a little piece of me that wasn't, it was like 10% punishing me for not having exactly what I wanted romantically in my life right now. And I was like, I don't like that. Like, and I think the other revelation I had was a few nights ago, there was something really stressful that came up in my experience. I was really stressed out about something and I couldn't seem to cheer myself up. But then I went to go edit one of these podcasts and I saw my own face. And this is what actually gave me the revelation. I saw my own face and I saw me speaking about something of substance that I was proud of. And I saw how cute I think I am, you know? Sue me. I think I'm cute and I think I'm lovely. And I looked at that person talking because sometimes I have to see like the external representation of myself to really understand what's happening. And I was like, I love that motherfucker. Like, I love that human. And the stressful situation that I was in, all of a sudden I thought, I'm not quite as stressed as I was before because I am my own happy thought. And once that was like really locked in, I was like getting back on Hinge. I was getting back on Raya, looking for something to make me happy. And I was like, wait, I make me happy. And I'm not doing like the best job that I possibly could of like truly romancing myself. And so now I'm seeing it through this completely different lens where I'm like, wait, I want to take myself out to the movies and I want to fucking mean it. I want to take myself out to one of the 100 fucking date spots that I have here in Mexico City. Also, side note, you're going to laugh at me. Like, I'm such a romantic. And I think that's where I got off track is because I'm such a romantic. The idea of it was like to give it to someone else and to like get really skilled at being a lover for somebody else. And fuck that. I'm going to practice on myself. I want to take first of all, let's just clip to how many date spots I have saved in my phone. It's literally insane. This is Mexico City. This is Paris. This is New York. This is LA. So to my next partner, we're going to have so much fun. It's going to be a really great time. But until then, I am going to take myself out to those spots. And I think the reason that this revelation was delayed is because of one really specific thing that I like to have in life, which is called kissing. I like to kiss. I like to have chemistry. I like to have passion. I am an Aries moon and a Gemini Venus. I like to talk with somebody. I like to flirt. I like to seduce, you know, like that whole back and forth is a big part of it. Amuses me. It's something that I enjoy doing. And I like refining my skills as a lover. So it just went over my head that I was like, wait, why don't I just make my house incredible? Why don't I kiss myself for a while, but get really artfully good at it, like tantrically good at it? There's nothing stopping me from being able to enjoy that experience now. And your body is still in a state of fight or flight if you're not just like truly enjoying your life. And for me to ever have created a goalpost of like, I'm happy when I'm kissing somebody and I'm happy when I'm using all my lover skills. Like, no. I mean, if we're giving myself a little bit of a break, the reason I would say that I was like valuing having somebody to romance and kiss and all of that is because when I don't kiss after 3 months, 4 months of not kissing, I start to have a really hard time writing emails. I start to become kind of like Josh Hartnett in the rom-com 40 Days and 40 Nights. Like my brain starts getting crazy, but I'm like, dude, you can be giving this to yourself artfully. Like you can actually be doing this really well for yourself without creating this other goalpost to make you happy. And so I'm not suggesting that you become celibate. I certainly am not planning on becoming celibate, but I am not going to be looking for it. Like if something comes and smacks me in the face with a good idea, I'll be like, absolutely, let's go. But until then, we're not going on sale. We're going to price ourselves actually pretty high on the shelf, and we're going to make sure that that value matches what the price is. And then I'm going to enjoy the value of that thoroughly. And I think that's the cutest thing I can do during Pride, especially because I'm not able to be in New York City for Pride. If that was happening, it would be a much different situation. But this is what I'm suggesting that like truly romancing yourself is going to do in your life. I truly think that once you bring it all back into your center of gravity and you thoroughly, vividly enjoy it, life has no choice but to magnetize itself to you in such a way that everything around you starts expanding in a positive way. And I was already so picky in life. I think I was a little bit subconsciously afraid that if I raised the standards even higher, it would be impossible to find somebody. But like, I'm at a place in life where I'm ready to raise those stakes, and I'm ready to challenge myself to also live up to that standard, because we get caught in this manifestation loop of manifesting a partner by writing down all of the characteristics that we want our partner to have. But my argument is like, why don't you write down all the characteristics about you that you want to have really on lock so that you're an incredible partner when they come into your life? It just started raining super hard, so I might bring this podcast to a close. But first of all, if this has helped you in any way, if you think this is a good idea, if you're going to follow suit, please like, subscribe, follow. It helps me out. Leave a positive review, be nice, and be kind to each other in the comments. If you would like, I'm giving Dom Your Demon sessions personally. I also give intuitive readings. I've been giving intuitive readings for the last 10 years, and I would love to give you one. The rain is coming down super hard, so I gotta bring this to a close. But I love y'all. All right, stay freaky. I'll see you in the next one.